Thursday, April 23rd, and I just got out of jail. I thought that my nerves were shot because of all the PTSD and all of the traumatizing life has did to the kid. But no. After this month of April, my nerves are eradicated. It is a miracle that I am not in an insane asylum right now. Because when I tell you that this month has been trying to take me out, when I tell you I've been taking L after L after L for 5 years straight, some of it has been because of horrible decisions that I made. Yes, that's true. But the other half is just like, what is life? Why? Like, take 10 steps forward, almost motherfucking 20 backwards. But we still prevail, and we live to fight another day. I didn't bring my physical card. I have to use Apple Pay, and it's going to end my video right while I'm getting into it. My wallet is here. Yes. Look at God. See, that's why we still prevail. God always comes through. I thought I left this wallet in the building. It's right here. What was I saying? This month has been unbelievable. It's been really unbelievable in every way possible. So, I thought that a major injustice was done to me because I was driving down Lawrence and it was a police officer ducked off in the alley, got behind me for some reason. I don't know. Within 10 seconds of me noticing him over there and us noticing each other, he was right on me. For what? I don't know. Come to find out, my registration light was out. There's no way he would have been able to identify that from the alley. So I think he heard this loud ass muffler and he was like, he got one. Hop right on my ass. Registration light was out. That I got a $164 citation for that. What I do with all them papers? I got a $164 citation for that. But when he ran all my stuff, we both found out I have a warrant out of Lincoln. We're going 105 in a 70. Not my proudest moment. Something I really regret. Would never do it again. Have never done it again. 105 in a 70 in 2021. They issued a warrant for in contempt of court. No, failure to appear. Excuse me. And they issued a warrant 11/5/2025. So I've had a warrant for a year. Well, almost a year now. It's not November yet. Hi. Yep. Thank you. Have a good day. So, I've had a warrant since last year basically and didn't know. Have no idea. Just been out here living, cruising through life like nothing's going on. I knew that I thought it was an injustice because the officer was parked in the alley and pulled up behind me all of a sudden, and then it's for a registration light. I thought that was injustice until I got booked into Sangamon County Jail. Then I realized that these people are in here treating our elders the most vulnerable people of our population, drug addicts, homeless, and people with mental health disabilities. In Sangamon County, they are treating them like complete trash, like they are not human beings at all. The treatment, the language, the environment, everything about it is completely. Hi, thank you. Yep. Thank you. Have a good day. Oh, I'm sorry. You too. Come to find out, they in here treating these people like they are nothing. And that's the true injustice. And I believe that's the reason why, even though it was very petty for that cop to pull me over and ask to run my stuff over a registration light being out. You know how many cars that I've owned that didn't even have a registration light? I didn't even know this car has a registration light. On my little service things that's popping up right here, it says nothing about needing a service light at all. It says nothing about it. So I had no clue about a service light. Would have never knew. Would have never freaking knew. Yes, lo and behold, I get pulled over for a registration light being out. And I'm thinking, woe is me. Woe is me. How dare they? Why? Why me? That's nothing. That is nothing compared to what I experienced in jail at Sangamon County Jail. And I believe the reason why I experienced 2 different jails within 1 week, which is like 2 jails in 1 week. 2 in 1 week? Who would ever think of something like that? Like, who would ever think? Somebody with no record, no criminal history, never had no type of experience similar to this at all. Ever. I'm about to be 30 years old. I don't know nothing about none of this. I experienced 2 different jails in 1 week. What I saw with my own eyes in Sangamon County Jail, man. They got the right, they put the right bitch up in the, I can't even communicate it beautifully, or like, I can't even say it the right way. I can't say anything the right way, because when I say I'm traumatized, like I really am traumatized, and I think anyone that I've like told that to, unless they've been in jail, they're taking it very lightly. But unless you have had to spend some time in jail, even if it was 3.5 days, I don't give a damn. What I saw, you would have never thought. Like, and y'all legally, this is happening. This is where our taxpaying citizens' dollars is going into? Oh no. When I say inhumane treatment, missed out on a great job opportunity that I really wanted when I was in jail. Missed out on 420 in jail. I'm in jail on 420. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. Man, oh man. I just thank God that I lived to tell the story once again. One thing about me, I'ma live to tell the story. And I thank God. Even though that was one of the, like, and I've had so many horrible experiences. I'm talking all the way back to 5 years old, up until 29. That right there, my experience in Sangamon County Jail was the worst experience I ever had in my life. pause this video because really I'm really not well. I thank God that I am in therapy because I can communicate about what I experienced with somebody who, you know, has the clinical knowledge to really help me navigate through this. But I will never be the same after staying in that jail and seeing what I saw. I will be more rebellious. I will be more rebellious, more passionate, and more fired up. Because it's work that needs to be done. Like, y'all really treating people like this? Human beings? Elders. I saw a 62-year-old woman laying on concrete slab. Laying on a 1-inch thick little mattress pad. Now, I wouldn't even call it a mattress pad. 62 years old, breast cancer survivor, laying on the floor in a 2-man cell that has 7 women in it. I witnessed a woman damn near begging for them to give her her meds. Begging. Someone who suffers from severe mental health issues, begging for their meds. The food that they was trying to get us to eat. I want to feed a dog. I wouldn't feed anything living, but they was trying to have us eating up in there. It was this girl in there, 29 years old, with schizophrenia and multiple personality disorder. She had been waiting for 4 days to get extradited. I have been waiting for 3 days to get extradited. We was basically talking about, you know, how she feel waiting for these people to come get her, and how she didn't want to go back to the city that they was getting ready to extradite her to. And she was telling you why she didn't want to go and all that. You know, and everything she was saying was so valid. I could tell she was in her right mind when we was, you know, communicating about this. 4 days she was waiting. And just imagine, like, everybody knows the feeling of sitting and waiting for somebody. Just imagine, like, you wait for somebody to pick you up from work. You know that feeling? It's a horrible feeling. When you got like 10 minutes before you need to be at work and you waiting for somebody, and then they literally like damn near don't pull up till it's about time. So me and her, we basically bonding over the fact that we both waiting to get extradited. She finna go 2 hours away, I'm finna go 30 minutes away. And we waiting. They come get her on the 4th day of her waiting. She had already had it made up in her mind, okay, they gonna keep me here for 5 days and then they gonna release me because they've done that to her before. But it didn't happen this time. So they even added more to the big episode. So she go, she thinking that they finna keep her there for 5 days like they did the last time. She said there 4 days they come get her. The moment that sheriff came through that door to get her, I said, this finna be bad. My spirit just knew it, like, because she was so uneasy and so anxious waiting for them 4 days. She said, about fucking time. Now I gotta go to, I ain't gonna say the city, because I don't want to give too much identifying information, but now I gotta go to fucking the name of the city, right? And the way that sheriff handled that situation, so she having an episode and she going off, she saying, you know, the wildest shit you could ever think of. She going off, like she doing her big one, seriously. And I mean, it's just the way that the sheriffs handled her. It had to be at least 6 sheriffs out there. And obviously we're in a cell, so we can't see what's going on, but we heard everything. You know what I mean? We heard the aggression. We heard the slurs. It sounded like, to me, I don't know, I ain't gonna say that, but I saw one sheriff going by and going to go get the wheelchair, and the look on his face, like, you know what I mean? You just be looking, you know, I pay attention to everything, especially body language. Body language, I pay attention to. The way that person looked that was gonna most likely help her into the wheelchair, I'm just assuming that because he the one who would go get it. You know, just imagine somebody looking with that type of energy coming to you with a wheelchair. I don't want your help. But she was having an episode, went off the deep end. And I can't really say everything I want to say because this is really serious. And I'm going to make sure that once I complete this essay I'm working on, I'm at every city council meeting speaking up in regards to what I witnessed. Not just for them in particular, the people that was in room 17, cell 17 with me, not just on them, a whole, like anybody with mental health issues, any elder, anybody who is out here on medication that literally is a part of their livelihood, anybody who been in jail begging for people to let them take a shower. You begging to take, you got human beings in jail begging for a shower. I can't make this shit up. When I finish this essay, I will be recording it and sharing it, but I will be at the next city council meeting. For the rest of this year, I thought I was going to be pushing TPE Homework Lounge. So I already planned on going to these city council meetings and, you know, talking about what we're doing with the Butterfly Effect Education and Enrichment Solutions and TPE Homework Lounge. But now, it's a much bigger purpose. It's a much bigger purpose. There is no way that after that experience, I could just walk around like normal ever again. I am so, it's a lot of different emotions, but it's like anger, sadness, even despair too. Like, man, I feel so many emotions behind what I saw. I cannot believe. I mean, we see this stuff in movies. We hear people talk about it. We hear people talk about their experiences that they had in jail and in prison and stuff. But until you are there for more than one day, stay the night, maybe even two nights. You know what I mean? Even if you stay the night, you're gonna see some stuff. But I say maximum 2 nights. You go in that mug for 2 nights, man. You're gonna see some shit. And I'm specifically talking about my experience in Sangamon County Jail. Because in Logan County, I was treated like a human being. Me and the women I was in that cell with were treated like humans. We're treated with dignity. You know what I mean? I mean, it's insane that I got to experience 2 different jails. 2 different jails. I have to write an essay about this. I have to speak about this. sheriff say to this girl while she was having her episode. Oh, did I finish that story about the episode? I probably didn't. It doesn't feel like I did. But basically, my mind is warped right now. She was having her episode, and the treatment and all that I heard. I didn't see it, I heard it. I can't really go deep into it. But I'm gonna write an essay on it, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be that. So I think I did say that, actually. Now I feel like I did say that. Why do I feel like I did say it now? Okay, anyway. I'm tweaking. Oh, I heard a sheriff say to the girl while she was having her episode, I forgot what she said. Well, she said so much crazy shit, you know what I mean? She was going on. There's no way I can remember everything she said in the timeline of it all. But I heard this sheriff say, sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of being free. Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of being free. As a sheriff, as a representation of an organization that has so much blood and so many bodies on their hands, how are you the free one in this situation? You free because you're not in Sangamon County Jail? When you part of the problem, you are a part of a system. You are a part of an organization who, in cold blood, for no good reason, murdered a woman with mental health issues, a woman who was calling for help in Springfield, Illinois, Sangamon County. You are a part of an organization who, when this woman called y'all for help, y'all murdered her in her house. Y'all murdered her in her house. Sangamon County Sheriff Department. You can't hear her over the sound of being free? And you got blood on your hands? Something about that pierced me so deeply to the point to where I'll never forget it. I will never forget hearing that sheriff say that to that girl. And at the time, I couldn't respond or say anything or do anything because the consequences of yelling out the door or yelling out of the chuck hole, which is this like small, maybe like 3 by I'd say 3 by 10, 12 rectangle that they slide the trays and drinks through. It's called a chuck hole. The consequences of yelling out the chuck hole are them closing the door. So they will close the big metal door, which is the main way that air circulates through the jail, the cell. So imagine that. Imagine, because you're speaking up for